it's okay to be scared, man. I was like, it's my problem now when I'm going through with my job. I got all this shit set up for myself. I got my music, I got my podcast, I got my photography business, investments, things that I'm involved in, you know, that I can make money off of and a good living. These are my passions, things that I love, that I enjoy doing on a regular, things that I love. Um, and I have them. And I was just sitting there, when he was sitting there talking, shit hit me and I started crying because I'm like, my situation hasn't changed as far as me working a 9 to 5. It's because I haven't applied myself and I'm fucking scared. And it was hard for me to admit that shit to myself because 9 to 5, I don't work a 9 to 5. This I'm gonna get into my growth later on in this episode, but one of the things that hadn't changed yet, like when I come on here, I noticed like, dude, you still talking about this 9 to 5, and it was this personal shame or this personal embarrassment that I would have about still working for somebody when I got all these great things that are happening for me. Um, I didn't still want to be working this 9 to 5. And I realized, you know, that shit is fear. And I was sitting there talking to him and telling him this. I was like, I work this 9 to 5, bro. I was like, if I go to work 40 hours a week, and I get that paycheck at the end of every week. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a fear that, once I let that fucking job go, you're completely on your own. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be dependent for the man to give you that check at the end of the week. If things come up short, you can't go put in a little overtime to get that extra bread. You can't go work some more hours and for somebody to hand you a check. When you get out there on your own, you on your own. You got to figure out how to make shit happen. And that was my thing with the job. Is I was just telling him, I said, I think, bro, it's a fear. I think that's why I haven't done the extra work to apply myself to get away from this shit. And he was sitting there looking at me like I was crazy, but he understood where I was coming from because I was comparing it back and running it back to how he is with school. Like going off to school, he was like, man, I don't know if I'm ready to be on my own. And I was like, bruh, like, you not on your own. I was like, you just going a few hours away, which he is. I was like, me and your mama right down the road. If you need anything or something, to that extent is happening, like, we're right there. And while I'm talking to him, I be preaching to myself because this is advice it was time for me to give myself. I was like telling him, but being alone is not always a bad thing. I said, because that's where you find yourself. That's where you figure shit out about yourself. What's going to make you go harder? What are you weak at? What do you need to work on? What are your strengths? Oh, I like this kind of food. I like this kind of music. You find all these different parts about yourself that could contribute to your journey, that can carry you on to the next level. And while I'm sitting there talking to him, I'm thinking about my support team and all of the people that I have around me that, like, I'm not alone. Like, when I leave this 9 to 5, there are going to be things out here that's within my passions, in my field, that's going to carry me to the next level. I know people that are in the same fields that I'm in photography, with this music and this entrepreneurship. It's people out here that can give me the game, that can help me out like they've already have. I've come very far when it comes to my passions, with my business, my successes, everything. Like, I've come to a place where it's like, damn, bro, like, you are really doing it. Like, keep doing it. But, but now it's time to go a little bit harder.